Have you ever been gaming or working online classes and your internet service constantly gets interrupted? First Nations Fiber is about to ensure that just won't happen again. Get ready for high speed at a new level. Click on fnfiber.com and sign up today. First Nations Fiber, empowering people through connectivity.
So welcome to Kahnawake Tourism's podcast, Kwakaratón. We are sharing our stories. Today I'll be the host, Brownwin Gabanahoe Johns, Public Relations Officer for Kahnawake Tourism Office. I'm joined by Kirby Joe Daibo, the owner of Reelaman Fishing. And we are also with Brandon Rice, who will be assisting this winter with running the programming. So I'm just going to let you both give a little introduction on yourselves and what it is that you do with the programs that you run for the community.
My name is Kirby Joe Daibo. I own Reelaman Bait Shop. Was established in 2018. I started out selling baits, minnows for ice fishing. Grown into my store now. I do fishing guiding during the summer. I do a lot of fishing tournaments, a lot of programs with the kids. Right now we're getting into our ice season, and I do all that, ice fishing tournaments. We rent out ice fishing huts. I mean, we do a lot.
Busy bees.
Busy.
Sego za wagwego, der hanut na jats race to wax on Ozerde. Gonna sadaga near the wagano next year got Nawage ganogre. Yeah, basically for my part in all of this, I help Kirby Joe. So as I'm going on I think my third season now, helping him out with some of his tournaments and some of the programming that he does, and basically started a few years ago just helping him with some of the summer guiding programs for the youth. And that just carried on to the ice fishing and other things that he does, other little tournaments and stuff. So yeah, I'll be around all winter helping him with those projects.
Awesome. And the kids seem really excited for all the stuff that's coming.
Excited.
Filled up real quick.
Yes, I knew it would. This is the first year we decided to do an ice fishing program with the kids. So I was like, it's going to fill up fast.
You guys are in the summer programming.
Yeah, summer program goes really good like that.
Yeah.
It gets booked up, and it's tough. I know a lot of people don't get the chance sometimes, but it's, there's only so many spots to fill and so much we could do in so much time, so.
Yeah, making it happen though.
Yeah.
So to give everybody an idea, you run your shop from the Kahnawake Marina. So it's located on Gateri Tekakwita Island. And that's a place where there's so many different age groups that come through there. My son, that was a favorite fishing spot for him. So how long have you been running your Reelaman bait shop there?
It's been, I think, 6 years I've been there. Started off just selling minnows out of my cousin's garage, during the wintertime, and renting out tip-ups and doing all that for people who wanted to be the experience, drilling the holes and all that. And then we got into renting out all the ice equipment, the huts, and grown, and just kept going from there. It's I'm really grateful for the opportunity. The marina gave me the opportunity to be there, and yeah, it's awesome.
And would you say a lot of your clientele is from Kahnawake, or would you say it's very mixed?
I would say like 95% of Kahnawake. I do have a lot of outside clients, but I really try to focus on the community more than anybody else.
It's awesome.
Especially the youth. Yeah, I really try to do that.
And you've been running quite a few programs for KSCS this past year with the youth in the community and different age groups. And these are just different opportunities that have come along your way since you've been on this new path.
Yeah, for sure. So a few years ago, I just kind of decided, my life was kind of heading that way with like my outdoor passion and everything. So I decided to start doing programming, land-based programming, both here and in Ganasarage.
Nice.
So I was doing like hunting, fishing, trapping, all that stuff. And for my time at Environment, I got like to know Kirby Joe pretty well, just being at the bait shop often, doing some of our fish sampling stuff, and kind of just decided, why don't we just collaborate? I was kind of doing the land-based stuff. I was doing the environment work. I was over at his shop buying stuff all the time, and, just kind of helping him collaborate with different things. And it was like, well, why don't we just work together? So it kind of all came together. And for me, it was, why not just do it for the community?
Nice.
There was opportunities, to do other things like here and there, but it was like, why not focus on youth, focus on community stuff? And so far it's gone really, really well. And there's a huge, I'd say more fishing than any of the hunting and trapping stuff. The fishing has been the biggest hit in terms of land-based programming.
That's awesome. Yeah, my son, we fished all over, but that was one thing that I was always worried of, was the quality of the fish that we would catch in the Seaway area versus if I would bring him different places further out. So what do you guys feel like working for the Environment Office and being on the river all the time? Is the fish quality there for us to be consuming it, or what is your feedback on that?
Well, to put it in short, yes, the fish meat is safe for consumption. There is some guidelines, I believe, through environment and through KSCS and maybe the hospital now. They do have some guidelines. I just recently switched to KSCS, so I'm not up to date on all those things anymore. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff to remember. So the fish is safe to eat, but there is some guidelines that they give you to follow more of a healthy diet and to make sure, because there is some like heavy metal contamination and mercury contamination. But yeah, if you follow up with one of those organizations, they can give you the full breakdown.
Nice.
But from my time, I remember, and like something that I was always taught is eat the fish out of the river. It's fine. Just look out for certain things. If the fish is sick, if the fish has a weird smell or weird behavior, then avoid consuming it. But for the most part, I've always taught people, just eat out of the river, and it's sustained us for how many thousands of years, and now we have the ability to know what we're actually putting in our body, and we can give ourselves a healthy diet, balanced diet, not just with fish from the river, but like store-bought stuff and everything. So yeah,
that's awesome. When I traveled with some people from BC to Cuba, they brought their freeze-dried fish with them because they were like, we can't go 13 days without having our fish. So it was really cool to see that that's really, really connected in their daily life with their youth, with their elders, with everybody. So it's really awesome that you guys are doing that to really light that fire, get everybody interested into this way of sustaining ourselves. So what would you guys say is your favorite fish to eat out of the river?
Walleye.
Yeah.
Walleye and perch. I mean, it's hard to beat those two. Sturgeon comes close, but I don't think anything touches walleye and perch out of the river.
Yeah, it's my favorite and my son's favorite, but they really like the sturgeon also. Yeah. And they like the idea that it's dinosaur fish. That's one thing that at the different events that we have, when we get to have some people come out and do fish demonstrations, a lot of times people will think that their kids won't eat the fish. And I'm like, they'll eat it just as much as chicken nuggets. Oh, yeah. They love it. Yeah. Yeah. So you were saying that you started with ice fishing, selling the tip-ups, you said they're
tackle, tip-ups, yeah.
So you had started with the ice fishing first or with the summer fishing first?
Yeah, we started with the ice fishing first, 2018. We had a first big tournament at the marina, which was huge. We had a lot of sponsors who donated money for door prizes and stuff like that. And I think we had 200 people on the ice at the time, which was amazing. The marina was packed. And since COVID, actually during COVID, was probably our biggest time. Everybody wanted to be on the water. Everybody wanted to be out there on the ice. That year, I think we had over 50 ice huts out on the ice. Everybody from the community was out there. It was like a
little village.
Wow, it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. And that was the only thing that we could do at the time. We couldn't, you couldn't be with anybody. You had to stick with your family, and so it was good times, and we just grown from there. And
that was a really good choice for people to go and do that, because at the time people were saying stay inside, self-isolate, but nature was medicine for us. So being able to be out on the land, being able to do these things was really good for a lot of people's mental health, as well as getting them to love nature. So, yeah. What were you doing during COVID? You weren't already joined up yet, right?
No, I wasn't joined up with Kirby Joe at the time, but I was honestly, like if I had to say like COVID, yeah, it was a scary time what the community was going through, but like as an outdoorsman, it was like, it was prime.
Yeah.
I mean, like every single day I was out, I was turkey hunting, I was ice
And we had
fishing.
a nice winter. It was
It was
like Mother Nature knew we were going through it, so it gave us a nice winter.
Yeah, the whole year I was just basically out in the bush until like they lifted some of the restrictions. So it was like I really got an opportunity to really dive into all things outdoors, not just hunting, but like ice fishing, fishing in general, and trapping, all those things. So
Nice.
it was a really good opportunity and a good time to be an outdoorsman.
Yeah, it was a silver lining to all the chaos. So having all of these youth programs, do you gear them more towards younger ones and then teenage groups, or do you do like a general group together?
I'd say more of a general group together. Whoever kind of really signs up. I mean, you try to stay with the teens a little bit, 11, 12-year-olds, because after that it gets a little hectic with the younger ones.
Tangled.
Right. Oh my God. But
11, 12, 13-year-olds getting the lines tangled in the summer. Trying to troll with 40 rods in the boat.
Do you guys ever see those bamboo fishing sticks that are just straight sticks with just the line? That was what my little guy started with, and it made things so much easier for me.
That's funny that you say that. A whole kind of inspiration about going about this was when I was in elementary school. I know we had some fishing trips that we would go to the Marina Bridge, and fish. And at the time, my dad worked away in New York, and my mother, she was a waitress and did whatever she had to do to make ends meet, right? So we didn't really have much. So I remember 2 fishing trips where they sent me I showed up at the marina, at the bridge, and everybody had a fishing rod, and I didn't have nothing. I didn't have anything. So the teacher gave me a stick and put a string on it with a rock on the end, and I can only cast that 5-10 feet from, and fish don't eat rocks. So, and that's how I always felt like it was like, damn, I can't do this. And, and then as the years went on, I always was fishing by myself, and just, I saved up enough money to get my own rod. And I just went from there. Now, like, I think back in those days, it was like, I've grown a lot from going through those tough times. Not that it was
resourcefulness, though.
Exactly. Yeah. And doing it on my own was, now when I go fishing, I got the best rods in the world, But yeah, it was, that's what I always think about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to basics sometimes humbles us and makes us appreciate all the things that we have now. I saw this land-based teacher that works, I believe she's Anishinaabe, and she brings out the kids, and to solve her issue on the tangled rods, she uses a 4x4 and wraps the line around the 4x4 so that they just slowly undo it.
Yeah.
And she just collects it all at the end. So she doesn't have the poles all twisty, and she figured it out how to make it work for her.
The way we do it is scissors and cut that. Cut it.
Yeah. Well, I was on the boat with you in the summer and doing our little team building exercise. That was a fun time. And
yeah. And we ended up landing a few fish, It was awesome.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes, I was like, I still got it.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Have you been into the fishing since you were younger? Did you have I don't really know what the landscape is like in Kahnawake as far as like fishing. I mean, I know Oka Beach, but I don't know much of the riverfront from Kahnawake side.
Yeah, we have when I was growing up, I moved to Kahnawake, I think when I was like 7 years old. Always had opportunities to fish. My friends lived across the street, and they had a little pier going out into the river. We always fished there. It was like basically like hook, line, sinker, and a worm. Yeah. And it was like, we all had cheap rods, cheap setups that our parents bought us. And so like I grew up doing those things mostly in the summer. But I never knew anything in depth about fishing. It was like literally just go out. All the parents were hanging out. We're all on the pier, and we're all just hanging out, having a good time as kids playing. Like, once in a while you hear a bell on the rod go off, and we all catch a little perch or something. But yeah, so I had opportunities growing up to fish, but I I think when I got older, I wanted to know why. Like we were fishing and why we did the things that we did. And it was always curious because like I didn't grow up around culture or anything like that. So it just became something more curious for me. You know, why do we fish? Why do we keep some fish? Why do we throw some back? What's native? What's not native? In terms of like fish in the river, what's good for eating? What's not good for eating? And I just became completely consumed by the history and the culture around fishing and being out on the river. So
that's awesome.
That for me came full circle. And then once I started, it was like, oh my God, it was a complete addiction. I was like at the bait shop every week buying stuff. I was getting new gear. Even now, like I have almost everything you can think of and I'm still out every week.
It's not enough.
No, it's not enough.
The more you have,
you need 5.
Right.
Just in case.
Yeah.
And you've been doing some spear fishing. I saw last spring also. You brought some groups out. Was that here in the river or was that in Kahnawake? Because I know they bring some groups out there also.
The spearfishing I ran over here, or I collaborated with other programs like Tiganyos on, was purely Unguhua people.
Nice.
And around here, just spearfishing for non-natives is illegal. So we wanted to avoid all that. And like if we're taking, especially when you're spearfishing, anything you spear, you got to eat. So really teaching people about like being mindful in the river. Like, you know, we're not spearing fish and then letting them go back.
Yeah.
Especially we're spearing sturgeon. So everything that we're doing, we're keeping as Unguhua people, and that's going into our freezers.
Nice.
So yeah, I ran that, I think like 5 or 6 outings, maybe even more out on the river here. And then everything else, like it was with Kirby Joe during the summer out on the boats. And I think I did 1 or 2 ice fishing last year with him, but now this year we're doing like a full on program. So got a little bit of my bearings, how to run programming with him. And now is like really the test, like let's put it all together and see what we can do.
So you've just been on an upward trajectory in the past 6 years and you get to do it with your boys, right?
Absolutely.
Family affair.
Yeah.
Even better. So with everything that you guys are doing, when you guys are going fishing out on the river, we're using our rights. And that's what you were just saying, like, it's our right to be fishing, spear fishing, to be providing for ourselves. How have you guys ever been affected with trying to go fishing someplace and being told that you need to have permits? Have you ever encountered that? Have you ever had that issue? I know that I personally have gone camping at different campsites and I've had the game warden come up to me and be like, you can't fish, you need a permit. And I'm like, no. But I know there's other people that get intimidated and end up paying that little permit fee to be able to do it. But just from your guys' perspective.
Yeah, so for myself, because I do not as much as other guys, but I do travel a little bit like outside the territory for hunting and fishing. I have been like stopped and like kind of like kind of been like pushed around a little bit by non-natives, not really game wardens, more like just civilians out there. You know, you're out of season, you can't do this, can't do that, and try to be calm about it, but then usually they just want to argue. But yeah, it has happened with more hunting.
Yeah.
Couple times we had cops pull up while we're spearfishing, tell us, you know, we can't be doing that. We got to get out. We're in an area after a certain time. And, you know, like there's non-natives parked in a car right beside us and they're smoking or drinking. And I'm like, you're not giving them tickets, but you're telling us we can't be in the river.
Yeah.
So we've had confrontations before, but never anything too serious. We just tell them what we're there for. And like, you know, we all
stand your ground.
Yeah, kind of flex our band cards and and flex where we are. You know, we're at the time we're all on I guess Crown land and within the seigneury as well. So they really have no right, no fight to it. So it's just more harassment, and then we just keep doing what we're doing. I think the best time was this spring. We had cops wait for us at the trucks.
Oh wow!
And we came back and like, what are you doing? They had the flashlights, the big spotlights on us, and I was like, oh, nothing. We're just finished. He's like, what? And I just drag a big stringer full of fish, like right by him. And I'm like, what, you want to take a picture? You want to look? And he's just like, be out of here by in an hour. Be out of the park in an hour or else you're getting a ticket. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And, you know, we're there 2 hours after, whatever. We're cleaning fish and we're all just hanging out. So it's, you know, you got to flex every now and again, but it happens.
That's what I always say. You got to make sure you maintain that stance or else it'll just get walked over. Have you ever had any incidents?
Yeah, I have had an incident just this past spring in Kahnawake. We've had the OPP pull up on us and, you know, kind of give us a hard time and this and that. Yeah, you know, but they just, you know, You can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They try to give us a hard time. Get ID, this, that. How many fish you got? What he's got in the back? We got our rods, we got our spears, and we got about 200 walleye. Count them.
Yeah.
Go get. Do what you have to do, but we're not doing anything illegal,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
At least that means that they're aware of our rights. It would be nice if it was more respectful, but at least that they're aware that it's more.
There is guys who understand that, and authorities. But there is guys who are some.
Oh yeah,
complete.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing when you try to use your band card different places. You'll get the people who are super nice about it, and the people that want to go extra.
Hate that you can do it and I can't.
That's really what it is. A lot of people just want to do what we're doing, and or they have an idea that what we're doing is more harmful than what they do. And I'm like, you guys can come to this river at any point, and you guys can catch a limit every day. And what's the difference between us, filling up a truckload of fish right now, or you coming here and filling up a cooler every single day and catching the same amount of fish, or if not more fish over a summer? Like they kind of have like that narrow kind of mindset where it's like, oh, it's all being done at once, and we're doing it over an entire summer. And I'm like, well, and you do it for sport. It's not sport for us. This is more than that. It's a livelihood. Whether it's sustaining ourselves through, whether through workshops and like from like Kirby Joe's perspective, like a business, or like my perspective with youth programming, like, we're putting meat in the freezer.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really awesome to see people just owning it and just really feeling that it's part of what we're supposed to be doing. I saw recently some of our old fish catching baskets and the spear, what would you call it? Sticks? I don't know what the technical term is.
It's just a spear, yeah.
So, we've had the techniques for a long time. I've seen the different nations from up north, all their equipment that they use. So it's something that's just really important to our food cycle. And I feel like it was taken out for a long time. So it's something that is really awesome to be getting back in there for health reasons also. And just to really realize that we are connected to the river, we are connected to that, and it's a part of us. So what is the program the name of the program that you started running, Kirby Joe?
The summer program is teaching kids to fish. That's what we're doing, starting off with just the basics, teaching them how to reel up their line, different baits, different knots, different ways to rig your baits, and then going into water safety, how to clean your catch, properly store it. Yeah, a whole 9 yards, doing all of that. And
how many sessions do you host during the summer?
I think it adds up to about, I think it's 20 classes.
Oh, nice.
So there's 10 students per session, and they all get four sessions each.
Oh, cool.
So it's a lot of fishing, and I think over the summer we landed over 300 fish,
Oh, yeah.
So
it's crazy. And we're not even on like the best fishery. And we're just like, we have a small area where like, practically where we can bring a lot of kids. And sometimes some mornings we're landing 30, 40 fish and, go back out in the afternoon, get another 10, 15.
Well, it's definitely good for their morale.
Exactly.
And then some days it's slow and it's like, I think like what I try to do and like what Kirby Joe tries to do is like some of those kids get spoiled. They go out in the first 5 minutes, we land a few. And my perspective is if you're in the program and you're out there multiple days, or multiple times through the year, you see the progression and the change in the river. You see the weeds come up, you see the fish go out deep, you see the fish not biting at certain hours. And I think the perspective I want to really push on those kids is to, be mindful of those things. Like you're an outdoorsman. You're an outdoorsman. You got to learn the river. You got to know what you're doing. You got to kind of see the change in the river throughout the year. And that goes for anything too. Anything outdoors, out in the bush, you see the change in the seasons and you got to know when to switch up your patterns, know when to switch up your baits and do those things. So some of those kids in the spring get a little spoiled and, we're landing all those fish. And then some of the kids in the late summer, it's hot out and, we're getting a few bites here and there, but it's all learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets a bit tougher in the later summer, August, until it starts to get cold out again. But this is our second year, and we've had 100 students in the past 2 years, and we've had every single student catch a fish.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Whether it was a pike, bass, walleye, sturgeon.
Yeah.
Everybody had at least one. Others had more than.
Well, my son really enjoyed his ice fishing that he did with you last year. They went with their class and they had a good time, and he caught one. So talked about it for a whole week.
Wow, yeah,
it was his first time. So.
See, it right there is those stories like that is what is like. It's drives us to do more and more and more, because I've had a lot of kids, this was the best day of my life, and oh my God, I want to do it again, and let's go out tomorrow, and it keeps everybody active and focus on the good things.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what we base everything on.
That's awesome. And you were just talking about like teaching safety, ways to be on the water, and ice fishing is a whole other ball game, like, because you have to make sure that ice is thick enough. So how has that been a challenge for your ice fishing venture in the past few years?
Yeah, it's changed a lot from when we started. I mean, the seasons are different every year.
Exactly.
So either we're getting, 6 weeks or 8 weeks. What can we do in that time? But not this year, but in past years, what we did was, as soon as January comes around, we start pumping water onto the ice to make it thicker.
Smart.
Going, from the above. It lasts longer. Coming into February, March, we're still out there, so we get like, last year was crazy. I don't know, like 24, 26 inches of ice, which is like, you could have 100 cars out there and you'll be all right. So
it fluctuated a lot from the year before, right?
Yeah.
The year before, we were supposed to have the ice fishing derby, I think, at the end of February.
And it didn't work out. It didn't work out. You could still go out there. I mean, the diehards, they're out there, but I mean, to put kids, exactly. To put kids out there is not a good idea,
That's with the whole business venture aspect of winter. It's kind of hard because we can't guarantee how our winters are going to be. They've been so up and down. So what do you expect for this season that's coming?
I think it's going to be cold and it's going to last long.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so we already, right now, there's 7 inches of ice out there. I know it was a little mild here a couple of days, but with the rain, we still have 7-8 inches, which is good for a ATV skidoo to be out there. We've already had that out there, a couple of guys. But to walk on, you need 3-4 inches, So hopefully in another 2 weeks, we can get our ice huts out there and, get going as quick as we can.
And all the ice huts, you rent them out, or how does that work?
Yeah, I rent them out. I have I think I have 9.
Nice.
I just bought another one. But I don't think I'm going to put them all out this year. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm just getting my sons both into the process of doing all this. They've ice fished forever, but the work part on it, and it's, wow, it's a lot of work. I mean, you try to get at least 6 weeks out of it, and it's the cold, I can't even, I don't even want to do it now,
I mean, and you're dealing with the weather as it goes too. So some days that are crazy windy out there, you literally have ice shacks like getting pushed around. You have tents that are getting like ripped or like torn apart. You get rain, and then that rain freezes, and if anything's on the ice during the rain, it gets completely frozen in. So I mean, the work that goes into it, Kirby Joe, like, leading everything, it's insane what he's able to do. For myself being just like a helper, it's just like, it's crazy to sit there and watch what goes into it. I know last year I helped a couple outings, and I was like, wow, we're out there 5:30 in the morning setting up tip ups or setting up tents or setting up, even just getting the fires going in the shacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it takes like an hour, depending how many are out there, get all the fires going, make sure everything's set up. So you're dealing with it as it goes. You're rolling with the punches, and a lot of work. It's a lot of figuring it out on the go.
Thinking on your feet. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like what do you do when something breaks? What do you do when the shack's the wrong way?
Sounds like it's a whole other program that you could be teaching the high school boys.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, those are things, and that's we're learning as we go too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything evolves into exactly that. So teaching them how to drill a hole, clean it, set up your tip up. You know, it's a lot of work when you got to drill 100 holes on the ice. You know, so it's not only fishing. It's the work you get out of it is like, you know, even if you don't catch anything at the end of the day. Exactly.
Life lessons.
Yes.
It's a lot of stuff that a lot of people need. So it's like you're getting a bonus gift. You're having a good time, but at the same time, you're filling up your toolbox. With
And you might not know it that day, you know, because it might be like, man, we didn't catch nothing, but down the road, you know, that's what he was talking about. All that work that went into it, and we didn't get anything out of it, but we did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
that's what with my boys, I always make fires, and so they know how to make a fire. They know fire safety. So when the firefighters came into school this year and told them that fires are dangerous and you shouldn't have fires and you can burn your house down, my son was like, my mom has a fire every day. So it's just about teaching our kids how to do things properly, safely. That's really important, instead of just being like, no, it's too much responsibility for you. It's too dangerous. You can't do these things. We have to have more faith and even the youth that they can handle it and they can do these things and that they're going to really enjoy it. And it's not something that we're forcing them to do.
And I think like all those guys that want to get out there and be like, you know, catch a fish every time they go out, look at the guys that are catching fish every time they go out and look what time and effort and years of experience it took them to get to that level.
Exactly.
Like, there's a few guys that I look up to in the community that, you know, are just like some of the best fishermen that I know and that I see. Like even when it comes to like YouTube stuff, all those professional fishermen, I'm like, these guys are up there with them. And I look at the years that they put in and the equipment, and it's not because it's the top of the line equipment, it's just what works. And it's like, man, they had to struggle a lot, make a lot of mistakes and come a long way to get to where they are. And I'm like, you know, I want to be there with like up there with them one day. And it's a long road. So these kids that come out and like, oh, I didn't catch nothing today. It's like, there's a lot of days that you don't catch nothing, but you know, you put in the time, you put in the effort, and you want to get there one day. You got to put the time in.
You got to earn the badges.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the most important thing that they're learning is patience. You know, patience is key, and not just the fishing, but
life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
What I always say about hunting, that you're not only providing for your family, you're learning to be patient. You're learning to sit with yourself, to be quiet. When they did the PK's Mat Night event on the island, and all the kids had to run into the bush, and they all sat there for an hour quiet, and I was like so impressed. But it's those moments that teaches them patience in life, and that not everything is that instant gratification, and that they have to put the work in for it.
Yeah, when we went to Joe Road this year, sorry to go on a sidetrack, but it's I was really impressed with the youth that we've got to work with. Like a little side note, through KSCS this year, our youth programming, we brought, forget how many kids, maybe 8 to Joe Road for a hunting weekend, and man, it was incredible. Those kids, like, you know, you tell them something and they were listening. I mean, like there was hiccups along the way and like, you know, stop dragging your feet kind of thing. But out in the bush, like the lessons that they learned and how fast they caught on, it's impressive.
And you know, stick with them forever.
Yeah. And we need more mentorship stuff like that in the community, like whether it's hunting, fishing, businesses, or how to run a business, anything like that, mentorship programs. I think it goes a long way, and like those really kids need it.
Yeah, it really, the Big Brother programming, when I was teaching at KSS a few years ago, I had asked about it. Like it would be something that would be beneficial for so many children. And they said it was in the works before, but it never came to fruition. But people like you guys are doing it on your own, are giving back to the community. So it's really inspiring for me to see. It's inspiring for me to share all the stuff that you guys are doing with my son, and show him all the things that are going to be possible for him when he gets a little bit older, because he's still a little bit young. But it's really appreciated, Nyawako, for everything that you guys do. Just wanted to let you guys know that. So heading into the winter season, we're going to be doing the winter carnival with the Kahnawake Youth Center, and we're going to be hosting the fishing derby with you guys on the Sunday, the 8th,
I believe.
8th of February. So we're going to be out there giving out different prizes. We're going to have some, hopefully some moose soup again this year. And just joining with everybody from the community that wants to come out and enjoy the day with us. Hopefully we get a nice day and just get to have a good time all together. How many years have you been participating with that winter derby?
I would have to say 4 or more maybe, but I know 1 year we missed. We didn't do 1 year. I don't know if it was availability or whatever it was, but we've done a few years, and this year, the whole program that we're doing with the kids leads up to the last day being that.
Oh, nice.
So we get everybody who's in the program out at the winter carnival.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
it's like a big cherry on top.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. And have you participated in the winter derby before?
I don't believe so. No.
But
not for reelman fishing anyway. No, probably on my own, like just going out, but I can't seem to remember right now.
But I feel like I saw you out there at one point doing a fish fillet demonstration. Maybe it was a summertime event, or maybe it was somebody else.
It's hard to say. We get so mixed.
Oh,
wait.
Last year we did do that. Yeah, we did do that.
I was like, I swear.
I have a few pictures. Yeah.
He's too busy, this guy.
I got it mixed up with some of the other programming that we did. But yeah, that's the one.
But we did in the summer too, a lot.
Yeah.
But that's a huge part. A lot of people can catch the fish, but like you said, to be able to clean it and how to take the bones out and all the guts, all that fun stuff. A lot of people don't know how to do that, or when they do, they waste a lot of the meat. And so it's really awesome to have people showing that extra skill on top of that. And we try to have that at as much of events that we have tourism, to really share what we're using to sustain ourselves with the people that are coming to visit. So out of all of the fish that you fillet, what's the easiest fish?
Probably walleye.
Well,
I mean,
walleye and perch.
It's got the most meat on it.
No, I've actually, just because I've filleted probably about 1,000, so it's like.
So have you ever done the salmon, like out west?
Salmon, no. Just wild pike, sturgeon, perch, trout, jordodo,
My favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, me too.
Garlic butter.
Cook it in that bacon grease and that good grease.
It's the easiest to cook too, because like you could even just throw it right over the fire and it's like comes out crispy and everything. It's like
it's good.
Yeah.
So have you done ice fishing in other communities?
No, I haven't. No. I'm not sure if Brandon's done any in Kahnawake, but actually never had the opportunity. I think everybody comes here. We've had groups from Kahnawake. We have groups from Aguzasne, McGill,
nice.
the couple of the shelters in Montreal. We've had a lot of people come out from different reserves, different communities, different parts of everywhere. It was really nice to see, especially last year. Was it True Tourism, right? Yeah.
Stayed with you.
Wow. I met a lot of interesting people.
Yeah.
Wow. It was
they caught a big fish that day.
And they caught a fish. And actually one woman from, I can't remember, maybe Saskatchewan, but she actually brought me a fishing rod that they use over there was like maybe they catch salmon or something, and it was like a stick, and it just got a line on it and just a shiny lure.
That's
And I was
so
like,
cool.
yeah. She was like, we just stand there and hold, like we're fishing for seals or something,
So cool.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, I was amazed.
Yeah, there was, I think about 45 people that went that day with you guys.
Yeah.
And that was for Indigenous Tourism Canada. So
Yeah.
there was people that were visiting from Peru and
Well, it was
all the way out across Canada. So your list filled up one of the quickest.
Yeah, that's what I've had a lot of, there was a lot of people who couldn't get in that, who were with, I believe they were at the Longhouse with Gunnasohu and, so yeah, it was amazing. So I gave her a hat and I think a shirt, and she was like, she put it on. It was, yeah, cool. Added me on Facebook and stuff. So yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
a lot of great pictures, and they caught a nice pike, and that actually, the gentleman who caught that never fished in his life.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he was like, "What do I do?" And I can pull that thing up, man.
So it's such an awesome opportunity for people to connect, and you don't have to be experienced at it. You just have to be willing to try it and have fun.
Yeah.
What do you see for the future of fishing in the community? Do you see it being more implemented in the schools? Do you see it being more implemented through the youth center? What is it that you would like to see?
Yeah, that'd be amazing to get it in the schools, as a part of the curriculum,
right?
Not just learning about fish and the waters, but actually, maybe like a rod building class or, something like that. Even tip ups and stuff is which you're doing carpentry at the same time, would be amazing. And we can, it's endless possibility. We could do and we just, like I said, it's been evolving, and every year we're getting new ideas and doing different things, and we just roll with it.
Just growing.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I mean, like, kind of echoing Kirby Joe, just like never ending the possibilities. And for my end, being a youth facilitator at KSCS, I think it's just about giving more access to community members and to the youth. So like for me, like we're already in talks of doing a couple of programs this winter, like me and Kirby Joe, like aside from his what he's doing, like kind of like maybe shadowing the summer program. So getting some youth signed up and getting them enough gear, kind of things like that. But for me, especially when I'm done school and I'm working full time again, I kind of see it being like a rotating schedule of everything's Union Guardy Hole done, like out on the land-based teachings. So going from summer fishing to ice fishing to spring spearing, back to summer fishing again, but really just having it rotating and then fitting in everything in between, trapping, spearing, hunting, all those things. So really a rotating schedule that includes fishing, that includes all those things going year round.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Whenever I meet with the people that I invite on the podcast, it always gets this excitement because I just see so much positive things that are in the works and that are just have so much possibility for support to be able to get to that next level. So really, really awesome work that you guys are doing. So for the season, what is the official date that you're going to be starting the ice fishing? That's going to be like January?
Yeah, January. We need a couple more inches of ice, and it's going to be cold all week, next 2 weeks. So hopefully we can get out there. You can get out there now, but I'm doing a lot of work in the store and then other things I got going on.
Still have any more days of Christmas on your Christmas tree left?
Yeah, there's a few, yeah.
How many days left on that raffle?
We'll be doing it tomorrow, so probably later on in the day, 6, 7 o'clock, we'll be doing it. So, yeah, some awesome stuff on there. It's
Exciting.
Summer stuff, ice fishing. There's I got merchandise, hats, and all. It's amazing. It's a really good prize.
Awesome. So I just wanted to say Nyawakoa for you both making it out today and just sharing all the awesome work that you are doing. And I'm really excited to be working with you for the fishing derby that's going to be in February. And just keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And don't lose those rings in the river.
Yeah, no.
Nyawakoa, have a good night.
The views and opinions of the guests expressed in this podcast do not reflect those of Redeewase and its employees.